Hi everyone. Oh my gosh. Let's do that again. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Negustita. Hello and welcome to my channel. Or, welcome back if you've been here before. So today's video, as you can read from the title, is going to be a get ready with me. I will be going to my friend's birthday party and I bought some new products. I got this new Morphe SPF setting spray, so we'll be trying that out. I also got this Make It Big mascara, so we'll see. I don't know. I just showed up and they were like, I just happened to be like shopping at Target, and then I like noticed that there was an Ulta, and then rather than waiting in line, we'll also be using this settings powder that I've never like. I tried it on in the store and it looked phenomenal, so I'm really excited to try this out as well. And then we have some eyeliner as well that we'll be trying. But before we get too far into this, I just want to clarify something real quick. Yes, I dated my ex-roommate's son, but just know that her son was 30 years old, okay? I just want to make this abundantly clear in case any of you were like, hold up, because that was clickbait. You got clickbaited, like, for real. Like, hey, it happens to us all. But the man is grown. He was 30 while I was 20, okay? So that was the age gap, that was the dynamic of our relationship. And with that being said, let's get into this look. So, sort of prime my face with this. All right. And if any of you have been here since the last video I made, which by the way, if you haven't checked that out, it's entertaining. I've upgraded to a different band. So first things first, we're gonna do the brows. Ariana, do I look like Ariana? Let's focus on the story. So, how I met my ex-roommate. Let's just call her Cinda, because it's really close to her actual name. And she was just, yeah. So Cinda, once upon a time, this 59-year-old woman moved into college dormitory-esque living quarters. So first of all, let me explain. So in July of 2021, like the second to last day of the month, I moved out of my parents' home for the very first time into where this story will take place. So I moved out for college at 20. And the only reason why I didn't do it sooner is because if you recall, I stated the year 2021. Do you remember what's going on during that time? Do you guys remember? Do you remember? The panorama, the pendulum herself. Yeah, so anyways, with that being said, I was so excited to finally move out of my parents' place, and I actually kind of felt like new girl. Just so young, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed or whatever. Damn. Oh, I forgot what I was using for my fucking brows. I was like, damn, I can't find my brow thing. Anyways, so basically, so the first month that I had moved out, it was literally actually something out of a movie or something. So I come to this new place. This is my apartment complex at the time, and I'm it looks kind of ghetto. I was paying $600 for rent at that time, so it's it makes sense when you think about it. I had a shared living space with 3 other people, so that's how the rent was so cheap. which depending on where you are in the world, that does not sound cheap at all. $600 for what? But 250 square feet, babe. I had 250 square feet to my name, and a bathroom that I shared with the most disgusting woman on the planet. I'm not kidding you. Like, I wish I took photos. And actually, I will be inserting some images.
Oh no! Bruh.
Throughout the video, just for proof, for extra context, unless some of you think I'm like bullshitting. I'm not. This woman at her big age was living with 20 to 19 year olds to 21 year olds. Like, she was living with people who were like 40 years her junior, probably because she couldn't afford to live anywhere else. And then, much to my surprise, she's actually even more immature than the people she's living with. Because when I tell you guys, some of the shit this woman put me through was wild. So, back to the setup though. So the first month when I moved into this place, it was nice. I actually got to, like, I didn't know any of my roommates before moving in. I didn't meet these girls anywhere. I didn't, like, there was no, like, nothing. We just, like, ended up as roommates. And so, because I respect, like, all my, like, old roommates, like, information. I'm not going to say any of their names, but I absolutely adored two of my, like, so when I got there, there was another girl already living in the unit, and this girl ended up becoming, like, my best friend. And she's so sweet and, like, just kind of low-key, like, felt like a kindred spirit. Like, I felt like we were very similar people. And getting to have someone like that be your roommate was great. Again, I'd never met this girl before, but we became, like, instant best friends. And honestly, I don't know how I would have survived like this period of my life without her. Like, to be completely honest, like, I think I would have gone insane, because this lady that I'm about to tell you, Cinda, the bitch, guys, like, let's try this. I don't know if I should have done it sooner before I put on all my makeup, but it's a setting spray, so it should be fine. Oh god.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Oh god. Oh my god. Guys, what the fuck? I just got attacked by my setting spray. Oh, you know what? Hold on. God damn. A fool, okay. Jesus Christ. Girl. Is it the SPF? I don't know. Like, there's something in this fucking bottle that's trying to kill me. She says that she used it twice, but I just want to make sure, like, is it me or, you know. Next. So yeah, living with this girl, these two girls was, like, awesome for, like, the first month before our next roommate moved in. But when I tell you guys, the apartment complex didn't warn us. They didn't warn us about this woman moving in. They were just like, you know, they told us about the last girl that moved in, but they didn't tell us anything about this new lady moving in. They were basically just like, they didn't say shit. They did not say shit. They didn't let us know, whatever. But that's fine, because either way, she signed a lease, so that meant we were gonna have to live with her for, like, the rest of our intended, you know, leases. But so I will never forget the day that Cinda moved into our apartment complex, because it was just memorable, and that should have been really telling about how this was all gonna go down. So the day she moved into our apartment complex, I it was like noon. It was like noon on like September like 19th or something. And I'm just sitting there, you know, sleeping in my bed because I am to this day like a night owl. Like I woke up today at like 1 p.m. And I'm sitting there in my bed peacefully like asleep, right? And then I hear the sound of a dog crying, an old woman shouting, and then grown men. And my first thought was, are we being robbed? Like, did somebody break into our apartment complex? And I was like, that's not possible, because like I made sure the doors were locked, and I'm like literally sweating bullets, tripping fucking balls. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck, you know? So then come to find out, nope, just our new roommate, Cinda. She had moved in, and she has quite the backstory. So this woman, I don't need to tell you all of her business, just because like I would feel bad telling you guys all of her business, even though I feel like she doesn't really deserve any respect from me. Anyway, so her sons. So this woman at 59 is unmarried, but she has 2 kids with the same man. This man, apparently, according to her, the reason why the relationship doesn't work is because he's crazy. But even though she knew she was crazy and has a restraining order against him, she still went through and had a second child with this man. Same man after the restraining order. So I hope that really gives you an idea about where she is in life. And again, you know, I'm not trying to like be rude necessarily, like I'm not trying to judge her and her experiences, but I will say this: she got me fucked up getting me involved in all that. All right, she got me fucked up. Like, you know, like where she went wrong was thinking she can walk alone for me. Like, what the fuck? So anyways, the first like 3 months that I knew this woman, we were like tight. So once Cinda moved in, I pretty quickly got to know her family, like her sons. My other roommates didn't really engage much with her in that way, but she kind of like drew me in. And also because like at the time I was looking for a plug, and she was the plug because she was the only one old enough to buy. I was like 19, or 20. So anyways, so yeah. So we just got along, and also one of her sons works at a dispensary, so we got really, really good kush for a very, very affordable price. And I didn't even have to pay for it, because she just, like, she would get in and give me some. And then if I wanted to, like, order or get, you know, if I wanted to, like, have something just for myself, I would have to pay them, but otherwise, like, they would always share. So maybe like that's what drew me in at first. I kind of do like the setting spray, but that like the initial spray like scared the shit out of me. Like I thought I was gonna die. Like it went up my nose. I couldn't breathe. Maybe that's on me for like not checking, you know, the instructions, but okay. Okay, like whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, the first 3 months was fine. But I should also explain something too that's really crucial to the story. So I started dating her son. Let's just call him like, I want to say like, let's call him Lois. Made it up. Doesn't really sound like anything like his actual name, but let's just call him Lois because I think that context is really necessary. So although at first, you know, Cinda seemed like a really nice woman, like she seemed cool, she seemed genuine, she seemed fine, like and normal-ish, even though she's like a 59-year-old woman living in like college dorm. I just want to explain this to you guys real quick. And this wasn't like a regular thing because a lot of people were living in like college dormitory situations in this town. I just want to say, like, she wasn't going to school. She, like, the name of the apartment that we lived in, by the way, was WW. It had the WW in it. I'm not going to say the name, but it had the school's initials. WW Western Washington University. That's what that stands for. And the apartment that we lived in had those same initials in the title. So I thought like that meant that it was affiliated with the school. It's actually not. It's not. I guess they just know their audience, but there was a lot of people who were like grown ass. Like these people were like in their 50s, 40s, who would live in these apartment complexes simultaneously roommating with like 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, you know, like living with people who like are like 20, 40 years their senior or junior. And I'm like, what are you guys doing at your big age? Like that really was like to me like a wake up call. Like, you know, like be careful who you choose your friends, guys, because if you don't want to end up like them, just keep that in mind. Anyways, so with that being said, you know, moving forward, so the next thing I knew, I started to get to know her son, Lois, pretty well. Like we would go down to their apartment complex to smoke because their roommates didn't mind the apartment smelling like smoke. And so I'd go down and we'd take like dab rigs and other shit. But then I kind of got the vibe that Lois kind of liked me, even though he was like 30 and I was 20. I felt like he liked me. He seemed like a nice guy, and plus I knew his mom, so I felt like that meant like he had like a bunch of green flags. Honestly, guys, I was just young and I really didn't know better, and I didn't think like anything of it. Didn't think that it was strange that even though he was 30, he still needed me to drive him to work because he didn't have his own car, or that like he needed assistance helping his mom. Like his mom would have to help him pay his damn rent, and also he was, I think, in debt too. Anyways, it's a whole thing, guys. But you know, I feel like this was like the first really like major red flag I ignored when I was dating him, because we dated, and like our dynamic was like, I guess, somewhat codependent, because I'd see him almost every day. Like he lived in my apartment complex, and like I knew his mom really well because she's my roommate. But I think the thing that I should have realized about this situation that wasn't gonna work was the fact that his mom and I bonded over shitting on him. Literally the two of us would like sit there and be like talking shit about him, talking about how he's not mature, or not mature, but that he's not responsible. Like he's this like grown ass man and his little brother has to help him pay his rent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of times in our relationship where I saw him like kind of like fail his family, and it just made me feel like, what am I doing with this guy? Like I literally saw him like fumble. Also, some other complaints about the relationship, this man never took me out. Like he like never took me out. Like I would have to beg him. In the 4 months that we dated, he probably took me out like 2 times, and that's because I kept nagging him. Like I literally had to nag him and nag him and nag him, and I realized like just how unhealthy of a dynamic that was for the both of us. Like I shouldn't need to nag him, and he shouldn't have to feel nagged to do something for me. He should just want to do it. Lois and I, guys, another random note about the relationship. Every fucking month that I dated him, like I think it was synced up with the moon cycle. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it would be synced up with the moon cycle. I would break up with him on the full moon every fucking month. Every fucking month I'd be like, I don't think this is working. And then he would cry. And then I wouldn't know what to do, because I don't know if you ever had the experience of a grown man crying over you, but it like was my kryptonite, because I actually did care. I actually did care about his feelings. I actually did care about us. Like, I don't know. I care. Plus, I thought it would be really difficult to leave him while he was sad, because I also like live with his mom. And in hindsight, he was probably just crying because he knew that if we weren't dating anymore, who would drive him to work? So anyways, needless to say, it was a was messy. It was very much like not a healthy dynamic. And I didn't tell his mom about that, but one day I literally just like, it was the 4th, we were reaching our 4 months. I fucking knew like this can't keep going on. Like something good isn't gonna happen, or something bad's gonna happen. Like I don't know, I just knew like I had to be like really, really honest with myself that I was no longer happy in this relationship. And even though he may have a lot of emotions invested into this connection, and I may as well, I need to leave his ass. He's like, it dawned on me one day while we were dating, and I felt like he was gonna put me in debt. Like he's in debt. He put himself in debt, and he put the family connected, like people that love him and that are connected to him. He put their ass in debt too, or he would have, right? Like it was just, there was a lot of reasons that I knew that I couldn't keep seeing him anymore. Something within me was like, don't, like, you need to like be nice, but like let him know like, hey, this isn't gonna work anymore. But what helped me have the resolve, and I will literally never forget this conversation I had with his mom. I walk up to Cinda and I'm like, hey girl, so I need to break up with your son. Like I need to break up with him. I'm so sorry. Like, do you think like this will affect our relationship? And she said, and I will never forget this, sitting there on her futon mattress on the floor with her dog, if I were you, I would have done the same thing. And that's when I fucking knew. It was time to go. That's when I was like, oh, okay. So I broke up with him. He didn't have time to like work up a water of tears. He even like, he got mad. At first he tried being sad, and then that didn't work, so he switched to being mad at me. And I was like, don't you think that's a good reason why we should break up? Then yeah, I walked away and never looked back again, because I was really done. So after that, it was of course very awkward, but because Lois knew how to be cordial, it was fine. But guys, the worst had yet to pass. So after I had broken up with her son, it was like the rose-colored glasses completely came off, and now I was able to see them clearly. All the little shit that they do that I had completely like just passed over because I was like infatuated with this family. This is the closest I've ever felt like I had to an actual family that could love and accept me for who I am, was these like people that I've never met before, is kind of how I felt about it anyway. I'm gonna let them dry. I'm gonna let my eyes dry and then come in with like some eyeliner maybe. Okay, I think I'm ready to add contour. Yay. So guys, like the fuck I was saying, yeah, like they kind of felt like family to me, even though we're not. But yeah, like a chosen family kinda. That's how I felt like. That's how I felt, and that was also another reason why I stayed for so long, is because I was like, you know, kind of felt like I had finally had something of my own that was really felt like a home to me. But anyways, so next thing I know, I was suddenly made aware of all the shit that they had been doing. So I'll insert photos now. And if you could just look, you'll see that the apartment was a fucking mess all the time. Miss Cinda is a glorified hoarder. Like seriously, like a hoarder. Like she had so much junk and not enough space. If you look, I'll insert an image now of our back patio, which, by the way, in our lease agreement, the apartment complex, made us agree that we don't use the back porch as like a...
Oh no!
What's the word? Like, as a storage unit. Like, it's not supposed to be used as a storage unit. And there was all these rules that I felt like she was breaking with her hoarding. Like, literally violating the home, like, space. Like, oh my god. And guys, just to give you an example of how, like, crazy this woman actually was. So, she made the rule up that dishes are not allowed to be in the sink for longer than 24 hours. She made this rule. She made this rule early on when we started living together, and the only person that would consistently violate the rule was her, guys. A couple of times, maybe we would have our dishes in the sink for longer than a couple of times we'll have the dishes in the sink for approximately like 16, 18 hours, but never a full 24. But not unless she like filled the dishes up so bad that we couldn't have access to wash it. Like, I need to explain this to you guys. The dishes would be so fucking full in the sink because she would cook for her and her like sons, that like there would literally be no space whatsoever for us to like get access to it and then clean up our own shit. Like, seriously, like there would be no space for us to clean the dishes unless we cleaned it like right on top of the faucet. Like, unless we were like, this is the faucet, and like we cleaned it like right underneath it. It was really, really like bad. And we wouldn't even say anything when like she had the dishes in the sink for a whole 5 days. Like, one time she had the dishes in the sink for a whole 5 days. And also when she would cook, she would be a fucking like slob. Like, this woman wouldn't clean up after herself. She would just leave it there. She would literally just like leave it there for all of us to just witness for days and days on end. Like, I'm telling you, like, if she cooked pasta, it would just be left in the pot on the stove for like 3 days. There would be like a whole colony of like microbacteria growing in there because she wouldn't pick the shit up. Guys, this woman like was a fucking pig. Several times I would get into the bathroom after her, and I would find tiny little pieces of shit just stuck to the toilet seat. Okay, trigger warning, babe, we're about to get real fucking gross up in this bitch. Not only would she do that, not only would she like occasionally leave a little dropping of her shit, there were so many times when this woman would take a shit. I don't understand why she would do this, but she would leave the door open. But because of her diet, because she ate like an actual because she's just, girl, one time, I just need to explain to you like her diet now. It's all like, like Dollar Tree, like food, like I don't know, like her, like the food that she would eat is just incredibly unhealthy. She looked me point blank in my eyes and told me once that like, she was like, so I noticed that we had like Sunny D in the fridge, and I was like, it's been in there for like months. Like, are you ever gonna drink it? Can we like dump it out so we can make space? Because this is a shared fridge for 4 people, but you take up like, I didn't say this last part, but she took up like literally like 50% of the damn fridge and all of our like cabinets, and then would get mad at us for taking up like our share 25%. Anyways, this woman is, she looked me point blank in my eyes and she was like, no, because what if I get sick and I need vitamin D? And I'm like, girl, it's Sunny D, not emergency C. Like, fucking relax. Like, in my head, I was like, I know she's playing. This woman was like, yeah, Starburst, that's how I get all of my, like, fruit nutrition in for the day. This woman eats fucking Starburst thinking it's the same thing like eating an actual like strawberry. Apparently her body like rejects like actual fruit, probably because she's like used to this junk. But also, maybe if she wasn't such an awful person, maybe she wouldn't be cursed like that. I don't know. I don't know what to tell ya. But that's, yeah. So back to it. Her shits were actually like nuclear. Like her shits smelled disgusting. Like it wasn't like a normal shit. Like it was like pungent. Like her poop literally smelled like something you would find at a radioactive like facility in like a waste can. I'm not even kidding you guys. It smelled fucking awful. I feel like there was probably like radiation poisoning just from like living next to her. But the worst part is she said it's because her dog like would want to come in and out of the bathroom, so she would just sometimes leave it open for her. But guys, and the dog, I love her dog. I love all animals, first of all, and she actually had a really good like dog. But the unfortunate thing is she like never groomed her correctly, because first of all, this woman don't even know how to groom herself. One time she told me her shower routine with such confidence. She was like, it takes me just like 5 minutes to take a shower. And I'm like, and she's like, yeah, like all I do is I put shampoo in my hair, I let the shampoo wash down my back, and I'm done. Anyways, needless to say, this woman is Caucasian, if you didn't gather that already. But that, guys, radioactive. This woman is so delusional. She's so delusional. One time we got into this argument. This is again like after the breakup. After the breakup, I stopped like seeing them in rose-colored glasses, and I realized they were actually like really inconsiderate like roommates. After the fucking breakup, I was like, hey, like, we have like all this like recycling. Guys, I have a whole story about the recycling that I'll probably just save for another day, because I really don't got that much time. And anyways, if you're curious, like, let me know, because I do not mind spilling the tea in another video. But yeah, the recycling, crazy story, guys. So this woman claims she doesn't recycle because she's like, I guess like anti-green. It was her thing though. She was like really adamant. She's like, yeah, like I don't recycle. So the recycling like in the trash, basically the recycling has been gathering in bunches around the house. Like that's all of you. It has nothing to do with me. Like it's your responsibility to take out the recycling. This woman almost never did chores, but then would get mad if we didn't clean up after her, basically. And we're sitting there like, then why is your dog's food, the dog food that she like has for her dog, she's the only one of us in the apartment that has a pet. Well, at a certain point I also had a pet, but not the point. Like she's the only one that had a dog in the apartment. But then you could see there's like the dog food wrapping in the recycling, like the dog food that only she has purchased in the entire apartment. It's just like sitting there in the corner, like in the recycling stuff. And like we would just look at her like, isn't that your dog? Isn't that like your animal? Like what the fuck are you on? Literally, what the fuck are you on right now? Like, and she would be like, you guys need to clean up after yourselves. Ma'am. None of us, anyways. So another story about dishes, because at this point I'm just like sort of jumping around. Another story, another really fun story about dishes is one time my other roommates and I, so me and my two friends, had, all of us had like, we washed the dishes for the day, but later that night we had later in that night we had, I guess, all decided to have like a midnight snack. So, you know, we put like our dishes in the, so we all make like a midnight snack, and I guess we like end up having some dishes in the sink, not a whole lot, but just a few, maybe less than like 5 or maybe 10. And then this woman, Cinda, next morning we wake up and I'm like, where are my dishes? Like, I can't find my dishes. Like, they're all gone, you know? And I'm like, that's really strange. Like, what happened to my dishes? Like, and I know my other 2 roommates are like, yeah, like, our dishes are, like, gone for some reason. Like, they just kind of disappeared. They're not in the sink anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, you know, I'm the one that asks her, I'm like, hey, like, have you found, like, what happened to our dishes? Like, they're not in the dishwasher. They're not, like, where did they go? And she's like, yeah, I threw them outside. And we were like, what? And she's like, yeah, you guys have violated the rule about the 24-hour thing. And, like, I had to throw them outside. I was cooking dinner for my sons and I after because they're all, like, late owls, like, night owls. And they all, like, work at night, basically. And so she cooks them, like, a weekly dinner or something, like, in our apartment. And she's like, yeah, like, it's like, you guys are supposed to have, like, you should have, like, moved the dishes out of the sink before, like, I go to cook dinner at night. And we're like, we had no idea that was part of the rule. Like, we had no clue. And who said that you own the kitchen at night? What? And then why are your dishes still present in the morning then? Like, what? Like, according to your logic, then the rest of us get the apartment, like, throughout the day, but we don't even get to have that. Like, what? And she's like literally, like, just losing her shit. Like, she's losing her fucking shit. And, like, acting very, very, like, upset, almost hostile. And I'm like, girl, why the fuck would you throw our dishes outside? She put them in a tub and then threw them outside. And the fucked up thing is, because this bitch be feeding birds. Like, she feeds birds and raccoons. No, not raccoons. Birds and squirrels and stuff like that. She feeds them nuts outside of on our patio. One time, like, a squirrel broke into the house. Literally broke into the house because this bitch fed it. And it, like, it just was able to, and she would leave the door open, like, or she would leave the window open. So they literally just, like, climbed in and was like, sup, how you guys doing? Like, it was really scary without, like, it, I don't know anyone else that can say a squirrel has broken into their home. Do you know anyone that can say that for certain? Like, crazy. Fucking crazy. But anyways, I digress. So this lady is literally losing her shit about the dishes. And mind you, like, 2 months later, she has the dishes in the sink for 5 fucking days. So, you know, my petty ass was like, she had her dishes in the sink for 5 days. Where she fucked up was she gave me time. She gave me time to think of, like, some petty ass comments. So this happened in, like, June, I think. So towards the end of our lease. And towards the end of our lease, like, I stopped giving a fuck, and I stopped wanting to, like, be her friend, and I also stopped wanting to, like, spare her feelings. So for the 5 days that them dishes was in the sink, I was thinking of, in my head, ways of being petty. I'm like, what the fuck can I say to this woman to get under her skin? Like, what the fuck can I do to, like, piss her the fuck off after she pulled that shit with the motherfucking throwing our dishes out the sink? Because we had, quote unquote, took too long. So I was like, what the fuck can I say to this woman? And then it dawned on me, I had the perfect petty comment. So I waited and waited until she finally addressed the dishes in the sink. So one morning, me and my roommate, the one that I was super close with, and I were we were just, like, in the kitchen at the same time that she was, like, getting up and going to work. And she's, like, looking at us, like, you know, she looks at us. So it's something about, like, she knew she needed to address the, like, dishes. So while she's, like, cleaning up her dog's vomit, also one time her dog vomited behind the door, and she didn't clean up until, like, a month later. A whole month went by without her cleaning up her dog vomit. Anyways, so like I said, it's like she's about to go to work, I knew that she was stressed. So I made sure that my petty ass comment that I was gonna make to her was gonna raise her blood pressure, because this old ass woman could croak for all the fuck I care. And actually, the sooner the better, because then she would get the fuck out of my life. But anyways, so she's like in a mood, and so she comes up to us, and she's basically like, or while she's cleaning something, she goes, so we have 3 options about what to do about the dishes in the sink. Option number 1 of you guys can clean it out of the kindness of your heart. Option number 2, I can pay you to clean it out of the I can pay you to clean it up, basically. And then option number 3, and this is the kicker, you can just wait, or you can just wait for me to get to it. My roommate and I looked at each other, and then we were like, we're just gonna wait. So yeah, but you know what I said? This is what the fuck I said. I said, Cinda, you're really lucky that you have patient and kind roommates. And she started to lose her fucking mind before I said the rest of what I was gonna say. But I was like, you're lucky, because if we were impatient or rude, we would have thrown your dishes out the sink. We would have thrown them outside. And she had a fucking meltdown. When I tell you guys, this woman started yelling at me. She started saying shit like, this is why you can't keep a man, even though she's been divorced. And her baby daddy is not the one she divorced. And she's like out here calling me out my name. I literally just started laughing. And so I texted her, and I was like, oh my god, that felt like a narcissist meltdown. And then she proceeded to lose it even more. If I have the messages, guys, I will show you, because I took screenshots. I was like, yo, this woman is losing it. Like, she's gone off the deep end. Like, she's fucking mad right now. If I have the messages, I'm gonna show you guys that now. She lost her fucking shit, and I'm just sitting there like laughing at her, because she's like almost late to work. She called an Uber because none of her, between her and her 2 sons, they don't have a working car. I would say, like, I would feel bad for them, but then they would do things that put them in that situation. Like, these people were not smart with their money. They weren't smart about how they saved it. And like, listen, from my point of view, they had every advantage in that life had to offer them. They just didn't make smart decisions. And that's got nothing to do with me, but everything to do with them. But then they would like try to find a way of like taking that out on us, and that's where they got me fucked up, because if you think I'm gonna sit here and take it, then you have no idea who you fucking with. And so, needless to say, I'm just like, wow, what a shit show. Seriously, what a fucking shit show. These people. Anyway, so she's losing her shit, and I'm just like laughing my ass off, and I'm like, one little comment got you that mad? Girl, what demons are you housing within your vessel? Anyways, so yeah. So, how we ended things. Because at this point, I'm almost done with my makeup. I have more stories. If you guys are curious, like, I don't mind giving you the tea. It's actually kind of entertaining, I feel like. But we have more stories. But I lived with that woman for almost a year. Yes, I have more stories. But here's how we ended things. So I moved out early. I mean, I still had to like pay my last month's rent, but I ended up moving out early because I literally couldn't stand living with that woman anymore. Like, and also at that point, one of my other roommates had basically moved out too. So it was just me and like my good friend. But yeah, so how we ended things. So basically, I had told her that she could sell this furniture that I bought. And then, no, because she was gonna like come in, because like the bitch knew that she wasn't gonna be able to pack all of her shit. So, because all of her shit is junk, most of it anyway. So she knew that she was gonna have to, like, you know, maybe like donate it. And so she's like, okay, I'm gonna call like a donation truck to come pick up this stuff. Is there anything that you guys want to have donated? And I was like, yeah, you can donate like the futon in the living space. You could also donate like the coffee table too, is what I told her. And then one of my friends ended up needing like a coffee table and a futon for her apartment. So I was like, you know what? Let me just tell her. I was like, hey, Cinda, actually rain check on the coffee table idea being like donated. How about instead like I just give it to my friend? Actually, I'm gonna give it to my friend because I realized like asking her didn't make sense. Like I was the one that bought the coffee table. And also the futon was technically given to us by the previous roommates, but like the one that they gave it to who lived here ended up giving it to me, which was my good friend. And so I was like, I don't need her permission, I'm just gonna give it to my friend. But she like was really not okay with that. She was basically like really upset. And mind you, in the entire time that I lived there, I never saw her like I'm like trying to explain like my thought, which is she ended up not bringing the donation. Like they didn't. I don't know if they ever got the donation truck to actually arrive, but in the month like she said it was gonna come, like they never did. So I don't. She was basically like really upset. And mind you, in the entire time that I lived there, I never saw her like I'm like trying to explain like my thought, which is she ended up not bringing the donation. Like they didn't. I don't know if they ever got the donation truck to actually arrive, but in the month like she said it was gonna come, like they never did. So I don't know, like I don't know, maybe I missed it because I ended up living my last month outside of the apartment, but I never saw that fucking truck. So I'm pretty sure she ended up not calling it. And so I think what she was gonna do with this stuff was sell it, and got really mad that I decided last second I was just gonna give it to my friend. And then yeah, that's like how we ended things. She got really, really pissed that like I was gonna give it to my friend, and basically she was like, no, like we're gonna take it to our new place. Our new apartment is where this stuff is gonna go. But here's the part that really confused me about the new place. The new place we were moving into was yet another apartment complex designed for college students. My friends and I were gonna move in there. Like the friends that I had, like the two other girls that lived in our apartment, three of us were gonna move into an apartment complex. And when we told this old ass bitch, what did she do? Sign the same fucking lease to move into a place like that. This woman was trying to follow us basically. Like I really don't know what the fuck was up with that, but yeah, guys, the lore is deep. The lore is deep and it is so strange. But yeah, so she was basically just trying to like follow us into this new place, but luckily like she ended up living in a different unit with her sons, and we never like came across her. But still, like literally, like what the fuck? I think this is the quickest I've ever done my makeup in my entire life. Natural glam type look. Thanks for like sticking through this with me, guys. Yeah, how we ended things. Basically, like I just told this bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you literally can't tell me what to do with my life or no, you can't tell me what to do with my possessions and what I want to do with them. I don't understand like why you're so hell-bent and trying to control us, but like, girl, it's not working for you. So just relax. Like, actually, like relax. So yeah, I ended things with her in like an argument, and then I shortly after blocked her. And then once I gave my friend the stuff, I promptly moved out and found a new place to stay for like a little while the new apartment was being, worked out. Oh, also, yeah, I don't understand why she cares so much about like having the chair and the futon, because the apartment we were moving into was fully furnished. So it already came with chairs. It already came with like sofas and a bed for all the units. So I didn't understand why she was like so hell-bent on it, but I was like, girl, no, absolutely not. So that's how that ended. That was the story of my ex-roommate. And also, yeah, I dated her son for just like about, it's honestly closer to 3 months than it was 4 months. But we ended our relationship at the 4th month because I literally just couldn't date him anymore. I really just didn't at first I was like, I thought I was in love with this man and he was great, and I felt like we had such a promising future together. But throughout the course of the relationship, I realized like he's not like who I thought he was. It wasn't like he was trying to be someone different, but it was like I thought he was like a mature, responsible man. I thought he could take care of me one day. I thought that he loved me in the ways that I needed to be loved. But then I realized, like, if that was the case, then why the fuck is he using my mileage on my car, my beat up fucking car? It's because he doesn't have a car of his own. If he really loves me so much, then why is it that, like, he doesn't take me out on dates? You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things like that. I just slowly and steadily ate away at my, like, love for him until I, like, fell out of it. And I realized, like, he was just honestly using me, and maybe not, like, in a malicious way, but in a survival technique, the way that children manipulate their parents to get things out of them. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not his fucking mom. Like, no. No. It just wasn't a good match. And I guess I was just more surprised that he wouldn't let me go, even after I made it clear to him that I felt that way. So it made me wonder if maybe I should keep holding on and maybe something good would come out of it. But in the end, like, I can't teach a man how to wear his pants. It's a Dua Lipa song, guys. But I forgot the name of the song. Anyways, so yeah, I hope this was entertaining for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed your experience. I literally have a headache from talking about them. Like, I literally have like a fucking headache. Like, literally my head is pulsating. I'm like, but whatever. Oh, I have more stories, by the way. Like, after that, the karma that these guys experienced, crazy. But we'll get into that maybe next time if you guys care. I have more to say, but not right now. I'm done for the day. Thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye. Oh, check out my music. Description below. My other socials if you're curious. I'll see you soon. Bye.